So Universal did release the map where the houses are gonna be.
Oh God, no. Universal, why? Why Universal? Why did you put this out here? So then this was the Resident Evil Takeover shirt you could pick up.
Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2026 update. So we're gonna have new set pieces, new snacks, new merchandise, new Easter eggs to go over. So we are on the final countdown now for the opening of HHN. So that means we get to bring back the Cabby countdown. I miss Cabby so much. But we are 9 days away from opening night of HHN 35 here. So on that note, it's time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day. We're gonna go back to HHN 2010, the year of fear. So on that note, enjoy the commercial.
Hi, my name is Heather Summers with the Halloween Horror Nights creative team here at Universal Orlando Resort. Now this is the 20th year of Halloween Horror Nights, but we're not just celebrating an anniversary. Our job is to create all new content for an entirely new level of extreme Halloween entertainment that will continue to keep Halloween Horror Nights as the country's best Halloween event. Now today, we're going to be taking you inside the creative process on how Halloween Horror Nights is created. But first, a special invitation. We would like you to join us on Friday, September 24th for the start of our event. And our PR team may have already gotten in touch with you on the details. So now, let's get started with what we really want to show you. We're inside Horror Nights' Hallowed Past house. Now this is one of 8 houses here at Halloween Horror Nights Universal Orlando. Now I'm going to share with you a very special look on how this house was created. Now the design process began about a year ago.
Is she okay? Heather, you okay?
Okay, welcome back. Still no progress on the painting of the archway. This thing is not gonna be done by opening night.
I really hope this is not the view of the arches during opening night of HHN. It's the anniversary year. Make it look awesome. Why are we doing a paint job right now? It is 9:50 right now. The park is open. Let's see what changes happened overnight. We got some changes on the stage. So this is the platform that Jack's gonna be on. They've added some kind of a ripped up burlap and some ropes around it to make it kind of blend in. Nothing too crazy, but the same thing happened on the other tower where Oddfellow is going to be placed. Good morning, Krusty Lip Clown. Glad to see you're choking on some trash. I think all these stages are pretty much done. There's really no more room to even add more details because they fleshed out every single square inch on these stages. Let's pop in a 5 a dime, see if there's any new merchandise. $35. We have this little bag. It says Ozzy Forever, and that says Ozzy right there. And then Prince of Darkness. Not too much of a design on the back of it. All right, let's do our first bag charm blind box. Let's see what we get. So they're $18, the mystery padded bag charm. These things are like selling out apparently. So again, we can get Chance, Caretaker, Jack, Thirst Trap Storyteller, Eddie, or Oddfellow is the Chaser. It's all sealed up. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? We got a... Oh, we have Jack. I'll take it. So you got Jack. It's nice and puffy. It says 35 on it right there. And then it says Halloween Horror Nights 2026 on the back. There's this really thick, heavy-duty clip. So it can go in your backpack or bag or inside the special tent backpack. I'm glad we have a HHN mystery box back this year. I wish Studio Screamers are back. I guess this will do for this year. It's been a hot minute since a Pea Pebble update. They're still back here. I don't know why they're just chilling here. They're just all back here. Everything's done, so why are they back here? So over here is normally where the Halloween Horror Nights bar is. But we have an update update. Darren Scott tweeted out the question about what's going on with this.
So Darren asked this: will there be an HHN bar with different meet and greet characters? Then they said the HHN bar is gonna be different this year because Finnegan's is in a remodel. They're putting a Finnegan's style eatery in where the HHN bar was, so they are having their bar, which Foods will be calling the HHN bar, the bar that usually sits behind Minions popcorn and in the Transformers extended queue. That's what our food and beverage partners are calling the HHN bar this year. So it'll be a little smaller, but that's the bar across the backside of Gramercy Park. Then RIP is going to have a special meet and greet. A couple of meet and greets for RIP, which is cool. You're gonna see Major Sweets in the RIP roaming, where you're going to get food for the RIP tours. And then you're gonna see the storyteller in a whole new way. So we're excited. She's got a new look this year. She's maybe asked Oddfellow to reverse her age. So now we understand why she looks younger. She asked Oddfellow to reverse her age.
Looks like on each side of the truss, this is probably where the wait time is going to be, or the warning signs, because there's one right there and there's one right there, but they're all kind of covered up. So they'll uncover them when Halloween Horror Nights opens, but during the daytime, they're going to be covered up not to confuse guests. Into Fort Nightmares we go. Oh God, no. Universal, why? Why Universal? Why did you put this out here? We got some hay bales, but there's corn. We're going to have a hurricane now. It does look like fake corn, but Mother Nature might get confused and we might get a massive hurricane coming to Orlando this year because of the corn curse. And then also here, more fake corn has appeared next to some hay bales. And over here we can see the character trigger on the stage, located right there. Over here there's a light that's been placed, but we got some more corn. We got some more corn over here next to a hay bale. And then next to the gold, we have 3 more stalks of corn. It was corn night last night in this scare zone. Now we can see on this stage, there's gonna be another character trigger located right there next to a light, but then there's another light on the stage we'll show you. More corn, more hay bales, so much corn. I will say the corn and the hay bales kind of help the boxes and crates blend in a little more. And the same thing over here, more hay bales, more corn and more hay bales. So it was corn and hay bale night. And then over here, it looks like there's some gold bricks that got installed, but no corn over here. Still no Fort Nightmares bus here. The smoker has been unwrapped now. Still no menus at the food booths yet. We got the teas yesterday, but there's other options that have not been released yet. They've removed the police car and the fire hydrant. They always do this for HHN. They don't want drunk people climbing up on it. So it's chilling backstage, and it will return after HHN. Over here on the truss, this is where the house sign will be mounted, but we have the TV screen up here, which will have the wait time number on it. It's all kind of quartered up. We got the big box back here, and it has not been plugged in, has not been electrified yet.
All right, let's see what's going on with the aliens. All right, so we saw the outhouse with the two crates pop up yesterday. Now there's some sort of like air tube going around the curved truss over there. So I wonder if it's supposed to be kind of like, again, another part of the UFO or an alien tentacle peeking out over the barn. But that has popped up. They've completed the ramp and walkway. They added some turf on there. So then you'll be able to walk down here, and then it'll kind of loop around like years in the past. So the truck is still there. So it's definitely not a work truck. That's gonna be one of the props for the house. And then really no changes with the HR Blood and Guts facade. Oh, I do see a van outside. There's a van right there. So it looks like Larry stole a van, probably from the prison when he escaped, and he's driven in. So there's a stolen, probably police van over there. That alien ship thruster is still there, hanging. I'm interested to see how this evolves over the coming days.
Here's the Fanta cart. We can see inside to see what's on the menu. So it's gonna be a Fear Movie Lion, High Noon, Modelo, Mick Ultra, Freak Show, Petite, Carnival Sour Ale, Oddfellow Elixir, Maniac Mix with a Freak Show and a Chardonnay. So that's what's on the drink menu sign. I like that it also says the old Jaws gate. And then over here, they've added the screen for the wait time sign, and then also they'll have the banner of which house is gonna be back here. But the guard dog has been left wide open. It looks like they're complete. Doesn't look like they're gonna add any more elements. We will hear the audio cue from the DJ about the Pumpkin Lord, and there's some pumpkins, but I think that's about all we're getting as theming. We got some big updates with the Carey Candy Company. We have the classic Carey sign, you know, like the Carey drive-in. But over here, we have the drive-in car speakers in the foliage. Over here, they have more of the car speakers. It says Save Carey right there. We read in the newspaper that they're trying to improve Carey. All items on loan from the Carey Historical Society. Society. Yesterday we went over all the posters. Now it's time to go over the keys that are behind here.
So this first key, it's gonna say schoolhouse for the schoolhouse HHN house. And then we're gonna see the WKMB TV station. This is gonna be from HR Blood and Guts, and the original HR Blood and Guts presents Holidays of Whorehouse. Then there'll be the Why Not Water Treatment Facility. So this looks to be an Easter egg for the spawning house. And then up here we have the Good Harvest Orphanage. This is gonna be an Easter egg for the orphanage Ashes to Ashes with Cindy. And then you're gonna have the Hartford Mansion. Now the Hartford Mansion is gonna be from the house Dead End. Then the last key will be Hellgate Prison from the Hellgate Prison.
I'm just digging all the classic throwback Easter eggs.
There's some other macaroons we didn't see yesterday, but right here they're gonna have the Sinners Red Velvet and Strawberry macaroon, and then over here the Sinners Bourbon macaroon. So we didn't see those yesterday. So for the spawning house, again we saw the manhole cover right there with all the slime over it. Now they added a new Beware sign for the monster.
Into New York we go. What's going on with downtown Clown Town today? Over by the puppet stage, more puppets have appeared. So we have Joseph right here. This is Joseph the puppet. Down here we have Giggles the puppet, and his head is gone. It says RIP 2026. He lost his head. This clown literally has like a walnut on his head. There's some clown shoes over here. It says do not climb. And he had like a creepy little Cabbage Patch clown back here. As you know, Fierce pulling the string still behind HHN. Looks like someone was applying makeup to the dolls. See a little clown hand, the makeup, the brushes. They even added like glue in there to make it look like it was water, and then more clown clothing, and then they will get attached to this. All right, so on this paper it kind of describes what's going on. The end result is they want the clown, right? Then it's ha ha ha, but it says human head right there, and then googly eyes on the human head, and then stab question mark. Then it says Kevin right there. So someone is creating the dolls. Behind the clowns we can see kind of a matte painting of a town for a puppet show. Now this little guy right here looks like he's on some sort of actuator, so he'll probably move back and forth. Do you see it right there all the way in the back? So he'll be able to move and rock back and forth. Now I don't know what the show moment's gonna be, but the performer again will hit that character trigger right there, or hit it right there, and then stuff will start going off. These clowns are not gonna move. They're just mounted up there, but this guy definitely will be moving. Some slight changes with the cart over here. Looks like we have some harnesses for the horses, because I guess there were horses that were pulling the wagon. So we do have some crates here. Danger, specimen number, and then also specimen number 0331195. And then back here we have a giant ice cream cone. We got an instrument case, a clown outfit, and then what is going on over there? On the other crate, we're gonna see the Oddfellow trademark Trading Imports. This is the same design we saw on the truck in the front, and then also from the scare zone when Oddfellow was shipping in all the different creatures. Do not open live specimen, and then fragile. It says loaded 1031-43. Back here we have some more clown wigs, clown shoes, and then we have a sign placed right there. And then no changes with the food booth over here. Since we're over by the John Duck, you know what that means.
There's John Birdie right there. John!
So someone asked John this, John, where'd you go? John says, busy, busy. Then he says, dual rehearsals tonight for Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now back in early in the morning to keep pushing this giant beast towards the finish line. Hashtag Horror Never Sleeps. John, I have a question about the Banshee mask or prosthetics. John says, an oversized mask. Hackers is at the front of the park too, right? And John says, yep.
We got the lights still blinking. We have the light over there shining on the sign. And then nothing new with the entrance into that area. So over here by the truck next to Art the Clown and Terrifier, they have it tarped up, so there's definitely some bloody, gross, disgusting prop that's being shielded from everyone's eyes. But they'll pull that curtain back when HHN opens. The body's hanging and we see a shoe. If you look on the shoe, you're gonna see a little bit of blood on it. Behind over here, we got a new little crate, and there's a tube running into it. It looks like it's a snow blower or something, and then the head. So the poor guy has some gray hair, so I think it might be Santa. I think he might be chopping up or running over Santa with something on the stage. You can see the team's working on the food booth right now. I'm so pumped. I'm so ready for all this specialty HHN food.
So Five Fires posted a first look at a bunch of the HHN Hollywood food. So we're gonna have the Battle Bus dog. This thing looks insane. Then there's gonna be the 0 Point pretzel. Then Slurp Juice is gonna be a non-alcoholic beverage. And then the final peel. Five Fires also posted a look at the Simpsons food coming to HHN. The Sloppy Dough, the worst brat ever. Road Scrappins. Forbidden Pumpkin Donut, and then the Pumpkin Spice Cold Boo.
See if there's been any changes with the stage. Now, one of my buddies got a little peek. When the wind was blowing, it does look like we're having the blender come back. The classic Jack blender's coming back. Two more speakers have also appeared. Oh, we can see underneath here what's going on. What's underneath there? It's moving. So there's multiple prop pieces that'll be rolled out. But there's another speaker that's been installed over here and then kind of covered up. And then also on this side of the stage, there's another speaker. So there's 4 speakers. One there, one there, one there, and one there. Still no movement with a tribute store facade.
I did want to talk about some of the HHN merch that I've gotten. For Horror Unleashed, there was Resident Evil merch. I didn't put in the video because it was sold out by the time I left, or it was sold out the next day. So I didn't want to show it off if you guys were going and it was already sold out. Let's go over the rundown of the Resident Evil merch.
All right, we're gonna pop in the gift shop real quick with the classic Legendary Truth logo right there. All right, so they did get a new overlay. They have a first aid hand sanitizer you can pick up. $25, they have a new art print, so it's all the different characters. You got Leon, you got Claire, you got Chris, Jill, Grace, and then Ada. So then this was the Resident Evil Takeover shirt you could pick up. It is exclusive Horror Unleashed merchandise. They might restock, I don't know. But there was the special Horror Unleashed Resident Evil charm. Resident Evil 30th anniversary with the raccoon right there wearing 30 glasses. So this I think might still be there, but everything is selling out super quick.
And then when we were at Midsummer Scream, they gave us some exclusive items. So let's show those off real quick. Okay, so this is what they gave you, but it ran out super quick. You have the Universal Archway, you have Jack's hand luring you in to Halloween Horror Nights. Then on the other side of the ticket, you had Hellraiser Sinners and Ozzy Osbourne. The other exclusive item they gave out is a guitar pick of Ozzy Osbourne. Again, this stuff went super quick. You had to go there pretty much the first day. Then the other side says Universal Studios, Halloween Horror Nights, Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness. But you could only get this at the Midsummer Scream booth.
And then not too many changes with the Midway of the Bazaar. I saw these games installed a couple days ago. I wonder if these would be guest activated, because there is a button there, so I wonder if they'll glow and you hit something and something will go off. Because when you're walking through the HHN houses, if you ever see a button that looks like this, hit it. It'll set off a special show moment. But we do have the character trigger right over there, and then the one over there. So there'll be 2 character show moments. And not too many changes with the cotton candy cocoons. We can see there's kind of spots for light bulbs right there, but something is powered up because we see the cords going into the bottom of the base of the cotton candy cocoon little tower. So there will be some sort of sound or light or motion happening with the cocoons. Yesterday we saw the screen be installed on the truss, but now we have kind of directional signage of which houses are back here. So it's pointing to Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness, and Madlands Caged Cannibals, and then there's also a QR code you can scan to navigate the night, find park maps, wait times, and more in the Universal Orlando Resort app. So this signage has been added to the truss. Now the signs here in the front of the park are looking about the exact same, but the rubber chicken is still missing. Let's go buy a couple more of the little mystery bag charms. That's how they get you. I love my HHN icons. I want every ounce of merchandise because we've been waiting so long for it. They do have the new signage back here, Halloween Horror Nights 35 with Jack and Oddfellow right there. And then the mannequins were installed yesterday. But they've added some lights around it with then some red and white poles.
We got 3 more with the power of Oddfellow behind us. Let's see if we can get the chaser. We got Jack. Now we need Oddfellow. I am sad there's no usher representation or the director representation. What do we got? We got another Jack. Okay, another Jack. Don't be another Jack. Let's be like a Chucky situation where we get like 4. Okay, all right. Caretaker, a little bit of a switch up. One last one. Another Jack. Shit. Okay. So we got 2 extra Jacks to trade.
All right, so far we only have 2 out of 6. We got a long road ahead of us to complete the entire collection. Time to head into the Universal Suites and get our next little HHN Suite treat to review.
This design also incredible. You have the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, cotton candy cocoon. You can see the face right there. There's a giant plastic bone that goes all the way through it, but let's see how it is. It's just a Rice Krispie treat with white chocolate around it. It's not Pepto-Bismol, don't worry. Cotton candy cocoon, if you've ever had a Universal Rice Krispie treat, that's all it is, with some white chocolate over it. 7.5, fun design. If you're a fan of the Universal Rice Krispie treats, it's pretty much just that. But
let's go see what's going on with the Dead Coconut Club Harvest. The Whopper Bar signage is still up here in City Walk. No Five Guys yet. See if there's been any changes to the Dead Coconut Club. Not seeing too many design changes, but there are some changes with the Dead Coconut Club stand over here. As you know, they said they're going to be serving food here, so I'm guessing this is where the food is going to come from. Looks like we have a warmer over here, a refrigerator, counter, a hand wash station, and then 2 registers to purchase food or drinks from out here. So this is probably where the Coconut Club food is gonna be. You can see them painting the bottom of the truss right there. Time to roll out safely and head back to the office and the AC.
Okay guys, we're back in the office. So Universal did release the map where the houses are gonna be. So in tomorrow's update, we're gonna show you exactly where you're gonna enter into for each one of the houses. So you can start planning your HHN night, because before you know it, it's gonna be here. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights around the country. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. There's a giant plastic bone that goes all the way through it. We got 2 extra. Hooterade?